want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Beat in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab it and taste it.
It is humid and it is raining outside. Holy shit, you couldn't have picked a worse type of weather to start off the month of September? Jesus. Mother Nature is not kind to the state of New Jersey. But I'll tell you who is kind to the state of New Jersey. It's the guy that's speaking in front of this beautiful blue snowball microphone right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back to a very special edition Sunday stream, as we are streaming live on 4 different platforms across 4 different accounts. As of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn X, formerly known as Twitter, handle known to mankind. And this is the official rewind for WWE Bash in Berlin 2024, which of course streamed live on the Peacock, that is. Get your mind out of the gutter, you fucking savages. Peacock, yesterday afternoon from Berlin, Germany, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We already got a couple people in here. Margie M, Dylan, Hoolagrim, thank you very much for joining me here on this humid and rainy Sunday afternoon here in the state of New Jersey. And we got some stuff to talk about. It is indeed the end of summer tomorrow, the unofficial end of summer tomorrow. And we are going to end the summer in the best possible way, talking about good old-fashioned professional wrestling here on the weekend. And Bash in Berlin was one hell of a show, an excellent show to cap off what was perhaps the best summer for professional wrestling in a long, long time. We have certainly been spoiled this summer. You take a look at all the shows that we've gotten across the board in pro wrestling this year. We've gotten Double or Nothing, King and Queen of the Ring, NXT Heatwave, Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank, Forbidden Door, Blood and Guts, Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, SummerSlam, All In, and we end the summer with Bash in Berlin for WWE's main roster pay-per-view calendar. The last 3 months have certainly been a wild fucking ride, and I am very much looking forward to the fall season because we got some good shit going on in the fall season. We got a pay-per-view tonight, NXT No Mercy, which I will be covering. We got All Out coming this Saturday from the Now Arena in Chicago. We got Wrestle Dream coming up. We got Bad Blood coming up, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series. Full Gear is in my home state, just about a half hour away from me, which I plan on being there live. We also got World's End, and of course, let's not forget the most important event of them all, Battle in the Borough. We'll talk about Battle in the Borough a little bit later, but Bash in Berlin, that is the topic of discussion today, and it was a pretty damn good show, if I do say so myself. I'm not going to say it was better than Backlash, because the crowd for Backlash, my God, the Backlash crowd in Lyon, France, absolutely, by far and away, the best WWE crowd of the year, but I would put Berlin, Germany at a solid number 2. Berlin brought a lot of energy, over 13,000 fans in attendance, and the card, very well laid out, very well paced, The only criticism, like it usually is with these WWE PLEs, 5 matches is not enough. Listen, it was an excellent show, but at the end of the day, when you have 5 matches on a pay-per-view, it honestly feels like a Monday Night Raw on steroids. I appreciate Triple H's sentiment of quality over quantity, but this isn't NXT Black and Gold anymore. He can't get away with just 5 matches. SummerSlam was their best show of the year for WWE. SummerSlam was WWE's best show of the year. You know why? Because it had the perfect amount of matches. It's like WWE and AEW, they got 2 different problems. 2 different problems with their pay-per-views. AEW, they put too many matches. WWE, they don't put enough. 7, 8 matches, that is a sweet spot. That's a sweet spot, and I hope that they start doing that going forward. 7 to 8 matches, that is a sweet spot for PLEs and pay-per-views, and all wrestling companies should implement that. Regardless, it was still an excellent show from start to finish, and I'm glad you guys are joining me here for a great stream as per usual. Yesterday, WWE was announcing they were breaking records. We broke some records yesterday. Yesterday's LFU watch-along for Bash in Berlin, we peaked 100 plus live viewers across 4 platforms. So across X, Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube, we accumulated a peak 103 viewers live at one point in the show. It just kept on creeping up and creeping up and creeping up. And my, oh my, you guys came through big time for the Lightning Flash update. And then on YouTube specifically, you guys came through big on YouTube. I believe we are at 400 viewers just on YouTube alone. 400 views on the YouTube Lightning Flash update stream alone for the watch-along for Bash in Berlin. So thank you guys. You guys were fucking fantastic. Margie M, by the way, she came through big time yesterday. She was dropping super chats and super stickers left, right, and center. She didn't have to do that, but she came through for her first ever time watching me live. I greatly appreciate her. To me, she is the #1 fan of the month so far for the DJ Storms brand. She's the #1 posse member. Hooligram, I'm sorry, you may have some competition. You may have some competition out there, brother. You're going to have to step up your game. Nevertheless, it was a great stream yesterday. If you guys haven't already done so, please make sure that you follow me on X and Instagram at HistoryMakerDJS. One more time, that is at HistoryMakerDJS, both on X and Instagram. For collaborations and business inquiries, please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook. That is, all those links are in the description of this very video. And of course, be sure to hit the like button no matter where you are watching it from, whether it be X, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Rumble. We're looking to build a nice, solid fan base over on Rumble. And if you guys would like to go and support me on Rumble, you can go and do that right now. We are currently live on Rumble as we speak. In addition to that, please make sure you get your super chats in, get your super stickers, get your super thanks, become a member of the channel. It's incredibly vital that you do so to get your special perks here in the DJ Storms realm. Of course, you have to make sure you hit the like button no matter where you're watching it from, and share the stream out on all platforms of social media. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the DJ Storms channel. And of course, hit that notifications bell with a huge coup de grace, because that way you are going to know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, you already know, baby, it is the best fucking time to be on YouTube. It is the only time that you are going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination and this beautiful mustache right here. And of course, get your DJ Storms merch, whether it be wristbands, t-shirts, or combs, the greatest piece of merch that you will ever fucking own. Hooligram, are you going to get one of these or what? You got to get this fucking comb ASAP, because just like me, you can be so good. You could be scrumptious, tasty and delicious all day, every day. And just like everyone wants a piece of the Stormsmeister, everyone is going to want a piece of you. And finally, let us shout out our sponsorships. We're going to talk about a couple sponsorships for Battle in the Borough and a couple sponsorships for the DJ Storms brand. First off, I would like to shout out My Laundry Room. Obviously, we all know that owning a washer and a dryer could be very, very costly, especially in this shitty economy. But if you guys are in the general New Jersey area, specifically in the Elmwood Park area, have I got the place for you to get all your laundry done? Here is a word from yours truly as to why you should go and check out My Laundry Room. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and if you guys require some professional laundry services, you guys should come on down to My Laundry Room. And I'm here to tell you why. First of all, they got a great reputation of over 30 years here in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, which gives them first-class name brand recognition. Secondly, they got high-quality VIP wash and fold service, which entails that you get top-notch cleaning at a very reasonable price. And of course, you get the assurance that your order will be ready when promised. And finally, and most importantly, you get the customer satisfaction knowing that My Laundry Room is a clean and comfortable environment, has great staff, and above all else, is a place where the customer always comes first. So come on down, see Kelly, Danielle, Chris, and all the great team members over here. My Laundry Room, where your dirty laundry is their business. Your dirty laundry will indeed be their business over at My Laundry Room. If you guys would like to take a little trip down to Elmwood Park, New Jersey to get your laundry done, thank you very much to Kelly, Danielle, Chris, and all the team members over at My Laundry Room. Another company that I would like to shout out is Elmwood Dental Professionals, which is right down the street from me. Dr. David Eidman and Dr. Daniel Eidman, they are big wrestling fans, and they are poised to give you the best dental services in the entire Bergen County. Here's a word from DJ Shizzle Dizzle as to why you guys should go to Elmwood Dental Professionals for all of your dental care needs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and if you guys are looking for some quality dental care, have I got the place for you. For almost 40 years, Elmwood Dental Professionals has been one of the top-tier premier dental practices in Bergen County. Dr. David Eidman, Dr. Daniel Eidman, and their entire team have employed a standard of excellence in personalized dental care, which combines uncompromising safety with extensive training and expertise. This enables them to provide the quality dental services that their patients deserve. As a practice, they are true believers that preventative care and education are the keys to optimal dental health. Their entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized dental care that you deserve to make your visits as comfortable and pleasant as possible. Elmwood Dental Professionals, creating beautiful smiles, then, now, and forever. And they indeed have been creating beautiful smiles then, now, and forever. Thank you very much to the Eidmans and the entire team over at Elmwood Dental Professionals for being sponsors for Battle in the Borough and, of course, the DJ Storms brand overall. And the final sponsorship that I would like to shout out for now, at least, because we'll be shouting out some more sponsorships later on in the stream, I would like to shout out my friend Will and the entire team of DNN Deli, a nice Peruvian restaurant here in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, just down the street from Elmwood Dental Professionals. So if you guys are hungry after a dental visit, you can go and check out DNN Deli. Here's a word from your boy regarding DNN Deli. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and if you got a hankering for Peruvian food, come and visit my friend Will over at DNN Deli. Let me tell you something. They got themselves some fantastic homemade roast beef, homemade empanadas, straight out of Peru as well, so you know it is quality. Once again, that is DNN Deli here in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, and don't forget to catch Battle in the Borough, Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Thank you very much to Will and the entire team over at DNN Deli for sponsoring Battle in the Borough and, of course, the DJ Storms brand. Now then, enough of the advertisements. Why don't we get straight into the the festivities here on the Rewind. Let us talk about Bash in Berlin. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. That was the match that kicked off the show. Now, I was pretty happy and pretty pleased with the fact that this match was kicking off the show. They did this all the way back at Clash at the Castle as well. You can't just have one world championship constantly main event the show. That's not how it goes. That's not how you make your world championships feel important. However, Triple H, he knows what to do when it comes to the two world championships, and that's exactly what we got here. We got ourselves the Universal Championship main eventing sometimes, and then the World Heavyweight Championship main event sometimes. We've seen the World Heavyweight Championship main event twice this year so far, and I'm sure we're going to see more World Heavyweight Championship main events as we get further and further into Triple H's era of WWE. But Cody and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Universal title kicked off the show, and we got ourselves a great match. Yes, Hologram, we are doing infomercials now. I'm telling you, I'm going to become, you know how I always say that pro wrestling does not do marketing well? Well, guess what? I'm going to show everyone in pro wrestling how pro wrestling marketing is done. And yes, I am doing infomercials now for companies all around New Jersey. This is to promote Elmwood Park's first wrestling event in over 5 years, okay? And trust me, I'm making a lot of great connections around here. Anyway, Cody and Owens, this was the second match that they've had together. The first one was all the way back in April of 2022 when Cody first came back. Now, obviously, there's a lot of naysayers regarding Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is boring. Cody Rhodes is a failure as the WWE champion. All this other bullshit that has absolutely no validity to it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are eating their words once again as Cody Rhodes delivers yet another banger of a match as the undisputed WWE champion. And out of all the Cody Rhodes title defenses that we've seen so far, this was probably Cody's second best match as champion. I know that a lot of people are going to put this match up against any other match that he's had and probably say, hey, was this the best one? Probably not. I would give the edge to the AJ Styles match at Backlash. That first time ever match, that was very, very special. The crowd actually made that match better than it was, and the crowd in Lyon, France was slightly better than the crowd in Berlin, Germany. But nevertheless, this was still a great match. Definitely one of WWE's better matches of the year so far, and a great opening contest for both Cody and Owens. This was easily, by far, this was Kevin Owens' best match, probably since his match with Gunther last year on Monday Night Raw. That just goes to show you how good Gunther is, but when you give Kevin Owens the opportunity and you give him the time of day to go out there and have a great match, give him 20, 22, 23 minutes, he's going to take that opportunity. He's going to deliver on it. This was a great opening match for Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. So they entered into the feeling out process a little bit early. Owens took over control with a cannonball off the apron. Cody Rhodes with a disaster kick and a suicide dive. Cody Rhodes locked in the figure four, but Owens was able to get out of it. Rhodes was sent to the floor, and Owens delivered a frog splash off of the apron to Cody Rhodes. Crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." We had a double lariat, and both men are down. Power slam by Cody. Disaster kick. Owens kicked out. Cody with a Cody cutter for a 2. Kevin Owens broke out the pump handle neck breaker on the knee, which is called the Steenalizer for you Ring of Honor marks out there. He pulled out the Steenalizer. I love when he pulls out the Steenalizer. Such a great move. So Cody kicked out of that. Owens delivered an avalanche rolling senton. Cody kicked out again. Cody Rhodes reversed the stunner, hit the crossroads. 1, 2, Owens kicked out. Owens was up top, as was Cody. Owens delivered an avalanche Fisherman Buster. We had a hockey fight in Berlin. Super kick by Owens. Super kick by Cody. He went for a top rope Cody cutter, but the knee buckled. Owens was conflicted with himself. Was he going to attack the knee? Was he not going to attack the knee? He didn't attack the knee. Instead, Cody punched Owens and said that he's good to go. He's fine. Kevin Owens decided to go for the knee. He kicked out the knee. He went for the apron powerbomb, but he didn't do it. Instead, he threw Cody back in the ring. He hit the stunner. 1, 2, Cody kicked out. So now Cody Rhodes, he's looking to finish it. It looks like he was going to put the stamp on the victory. He went for a crossroads. He got it. That was crossroads number 1. He goes for crossroads number 2. He gets it. He goes for crossroads number 3, but he does not get it. The third crossroads was countered. Kevin Owens with a second stunner. He gets all of it. I thought for sure, I'm not even bullshitting you, I thought at that moment Kevin Owens was going to win the world title. I thought at that moment, right then and there, Kevin Owens was going to win the undisputed WWE Championship. 1, 2, Cody kicked out. Great near fall. Crowd was chanting, holy shit. Owens went for the Swanton Bomb. Cody got the knees up. Cody with one final crossroads, and Cody wins a great opening match. Cody retains the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Afterwards, Cody and Owens embraced. Owens' eyes, I'll tell you this, Owens' eyes definitely told a story there. Owens clearly not happy. I don't know if this is going to continue. I don't know if it's going to continue, but it's definitely something to keep our eyes on. Owens then raised Cody's hand, but it's clear as day that Kevin Owens was not happy. This was a great match. A great match from start to finish. Awesome, 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 awesome stuff. You know, some people were saying that all these finisher kickouts were ruining the match or some shit like that. People are bitching and complaining again. It seems as though everyone's on a complaining spree about protecting finishers now. Motherfucker, it's 2022. There is no such thing as a protected finisher. And for those of you that are saying, oh, well, there should be. If we protected one finisher, we have to protect all the finishers. Doesn't really matter who you are or what you do. If we got to protect one finisher, we got to protect all the finishers. And to be quite honest with you, having a finisher finish the match one and done, kind of fucking boring if you ask me. Very fucking boring. Now, I'm not saying that we need every single fucking match to be a finisher fest. I'm not saying that we need a Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 33 finisher fest for 5 minutes. I'm not saying that at all. But if we're getting a couple of finisher kickouts in a major match like this, I don't really understand why you're fucking complaining. And if you have a problem with it, well, guess what? I'm going to tell you something, and it may be a hard pill for you to swallow, but a finisher kickout makes a match more exciting. When was the last time we genuinely had a protected finisher? You want to hear something right here? You want to hear something? And I bet you motherfuckers didn't know this. Did you know that up until 4 weeks ago, only one finisher in the entire industry was protected? Can you guess what it was? I bet you fucking can't. But I'll tell you anyway, because I'm all-knowing when it comes to wrestling. It was Oblivion. Liv Morgan's finisher. Yes, little old Liv Morgan. The Hooters worker, Liv Morgan turned pro wrestler. Dominic's on-screen girlfriend, Liv Morgan. She had the only protected finisher in the industry. And now it's not protected anymore because Rhea Ripley kicked out of it. Every finisher in the industry right now has been kicked out of. There is no such thing as a protected finisher. So stop fucking bitching and moaning about people kicking out of finishers. Again, not saying every match needs to be a 10-minute finisher fest where we have fucking 17 stunners and 20 crossroads or 15 claymores and 35 GTSs. I'm not saying that at all. But if we get a couple finisher kickouts here and there, who the fuck cares? Did the crowd react positively? Yeah, they did. They popped. They were chanting, holy shit. So by that logic, guess what? It paid off. It worked. So shut the fuck up. Now, the main question here is, what is going to happen with Kevin Owens now? Are we going to see a Kevin Owens heel turn? I don't know. After Bash in Berlin, we actually have more questions than answers, and that goes for both World Championship scenes. We'll talk about that after we get through the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match, because apparently CM Punk made some comments on the post-show. Regarding what his next move is going to be. I do have some news and rumors to go over, since we didn't get to the news and rumors yesterday on the Lightning Flash update. PW Insider has reported that Daniel Garcia is under AEW contract still through October, and he remains in discussions with the company. He has not signed a new contract as of yet, and I'm guessing, based on that logic, that the big match with MJF coming up at All Out, that is either going to be his swan song, or that is going to be a big breakout moment similar to what Swerve Strickland got last year against Hangman Adam Page. We already know that Swerve Strickland, he decided to re-sign with AEW. He got the opportunity against Hangman, and we are in the midst of one of AEW's greatest rivalries in their short 5-year history. Could we see the same for Daniel Garcia? I do not know. You guys are going to have to let me know. The Lucha Bros. They are currently rumored to be headed to WWE. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, what we saw at All In with Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club, apparently that was scheduled for Death Triangle. And it turns out that I may have been right. After all. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, Pac, Penta, and Rey Fenix, the Death Triangle, were originally slated to win the AEW World Trios Championships at All In. And apparently that did not happen because the Lucha Bros did not re-sign, or at least they are rumored not to re-sign as we speak. I do have some news on Miro. Could we see Miro back in the ring? I don't know, because Miro, he was in Bulgaria for quite some time. Miro obviously went through a divorce with his former wife, CJ Perry, his former hot and flexible wife, CJ Perry. And apparently now he has moved back to the United States, according to PW Insider. However, there is no word whatsoever as we speak, no word right now regarding Miro making his in-ring return. Well, I certainly got some things to say about that. Miro has apparently moved back to the United States. He was in Bulgaria for quite some time. He sorted out a divorce with his now former hot and flexible wife, CJ Perry. He is back in the United States, according to PW Insider. There is no word on when he will be making his return to the ring. If you're asking me, it should be soon. AEW right now, they are in need of some top-tier heels. They need heels for the likes of Ospreay, for the likes of Danielson, for the likes of Swerve Strickland. Miro could be a great heel to work with. And the best part about Miro is he is versatile. No matter where you put him, Miro is going to succeed because Miro is a great athlete. And Miro is a great promo as well. Everyone was loving when Miro was the TNT champion. We need to get Miro back to that status. If Miro is back in the United States, Tony Khan should absolutely call him up and start using him on AEW TV. Moving on to our next match. It was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They took on the team of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Why was this match on the fucking card? I don't fucking know, because Triple H seems like he is obligated to try and make the women's tag team titles mean something, when in reality, the women's tag team titles don't mean shit. They haven't meant shit. And at the end of the day, they will never mean shit. Why are they still on WWE TV? Those women's tag team titles need to be burned in a fire, never to be seen again. I am sick and fucking tired of the women's tag team championships taking up spots on the card. Meanwhile, you got LA Knight and Santos Escobar putting on great championship matches for the US title. You got DIY and the Bloodline putting on great matches for the WWE tag team titles. You got Nia Jax, of all people. I never thought I'd be advocating for Nia fucking Jax. You got Nia Jax and Mia Yim putting on a very solid street fight in Berlin. And yet, the women's tag team titles, they're the titles that get the showcase on the PLE. Triple H's priorities are fucked up. What's the story, huh? Everyone's always ragging on what the story is. How Triple H wants to go on about how WWE is a movie about a sport. And it's all about building the richest story for the PLEs. What's the fucking story with Bianca Jade, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn? Oh, Bianca Belair and Isla Dawn were cheated out of the championships? What's the fucking story? They have done nothing with them. They've done absolutely nothing with them. Jade is nothing more than a novelty act at this rate. Jade has taken over the role of what CM Punk was when Punk first came back to WWE. It's fucking unbelievable, I swear to God. That being said, I will say this. The match was not bad. The match was not bad at all. Matter of fact, this was probably the first decent Jade Cargill match that she's had on a premium live event since she came to WWE. Took her fucking 1 year, but at least we got a match that wasn't all that clunky. There wasn't any botches. It was a pretty basic tag team match, to say the least, but nevertheless, it was not bad at all. It didn't fuck up the flow of the show. It didn't ruin the show by any means. And the crowd actually made it somewhat decent. So overall, I can't say too many negative things about the match itself, but I can tell you that the women's tag team titles don't belong on a PLE. So we get this match, and it's clear as day that Bianca was taking the brunt of the punishment. Jade Cargill, all she's good for is a hot tag. We may as well start calling her Hot Tag Jade, because that's all she can do. All she can do right is a fucking hot tag in a tag team match. So Bianca, she was on the defense here a lot. Alba and Isla continued to pour on the aggression on Bianca Belair. Bianca finally, Bianca got free, and she tagged in Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill came in like a house of fire, double clothesline, spine buster, fall away slam, stinger splashes, super kicks, and a jackhammer. So it was a decent little flurry of offense by Jade. Alba was able to tag in. Alba and Isla with a gory bomb flatliner combo on Bianca. Jade was able to save the match. We had a super kick by Alba Fire. We had a double military press by Jade and Bianca. We had an assisted slam. Alba was able to kick out. We then had a swanton bomb, but Jade was able to pull Bianca out of the way, and ultimately, Alba ended up landing on Isla Dawn's knees. So it was a malfunction at the junction, as Mauro Ranallo would say back in the day when he was the lead commentator for NXT. We then had Bianca getting rolled up by Isla for a close 2 count. Isla Dawn then was caught with a DDT German suplex combination, and Isla Dawn and Alba Fire lose the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and Jade and Bianca are now 2-time champions. Solid enough for what it was, and Jade Cargill finally prays the Lord Almighty in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Jade Cargill didn't embarrass herself on a WWE PLE. Now, if she can only do that consistently, then we may have something special. Hopefully, at least. Then again, I don't see what is so special about Jade. She's actually looked worse in WWE, more so than she's looked worse in AEW. No fucking joke. Jade is a walking botch. But Jade, she didn't fuck up. So good on Jade. Now, does that mean that I want to see the women's tag team titles on TV? Of course not. Of course not, because they mean absolutely fucking nothing. Get rid of them. There's talk going around that WWE is planning on adding women's mid-card titles. That's fine and dandy and all, but if you're going to add women's mid-card titles, you're going to have to make sure that your women's world titles and your women's tag team titles mean something. And to be quite honest with you, neither of them mean much of anything. Bayley's title reign was a complete fucking joke. Liv Morgan's title reign, listen, this is probably the best that Liv Morgan has looked in her entire WWE run, but at the end of the day, Liv Morgan's title reign, for the most part, has been nothing more than seducing and making out with Dominic Mysterio. And more likely than not, we're going to get another Rhea Ripley-Liv Morgan match at Bad Blood. We're going to get another match between those two because, let's be honest, they ain't building up no one else on Monday Night Raw. It's Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and no one else. They've been feuding all fucking year with absolutely no sign of instituting any other challengers. It's unbelievable. Jade and Bianca win the women's tag team championships back. Do you care? Probably not. I'm willing to bet a lot of money that you don't care. Was it a solid match? Yes. Did it fuck up the flow of the show? No. And Jade looked fine. But the women's tag team titles don't mean shit. They need to get rid of them. Right now, the women's tag team titles are nothing more than crutches. They're nothing more than crutches to get more women on the show. And on top of that, they're more of a detriment because they keep out deserving and better women's wrestlers than the women's wrestlers that we have in the women's world title scene right now. They actually take away from the women's world championships because you got fucking how many women? You got fucking 15, 16, 17 women in fucking tag teams competing for meaningless titles, and you got no new challengers for your women's world titles on both shows. Get rid of the women's tag team titles, and I will continue to say that as long as I have air in my lungs. Hope you guys are having a fun time. Hope you guys are having a fun time so far. We are approaching 40 minutes live, and we're going to take a little break because I would like to talk about some more sponsorships. Number one, our first sponsorship that I'd like to talk about during this little break, I'd like to talk about the Ruggles Shop in Elmwood Park, New Jersey, on Route 46. My main man, Kevin, he is running a pretty nifty business over there, and they got some great baked goods and smoothies. So if you guys are looking for quality baked goods and smoothies, I would highly encourage you to check out the Ruggles Shop, and I'll tell you why. Listen up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and I'm coming here with one of the best kept secrets in Bergen County, the Ruggles Shop. For the last 10 months, this place has been serving up some quality baked goods, including chocolate chip cookies, pecan sandies, and of course, homemade Ruggles. And if you come on in right now, my main man Kevin over here, he will make you a quality smoothie that is not only healthy, but it is also delicious. Take my word for it, people. The Ruggles Shop, you are going to want to check this place out. Go and check out the Ruggles Shop right now, people. You would not regret it. Shout out to my main man, Kevin. Thank you very much for being an official sponsor for Battle in the Borough and an official sponsor of the DJ Storms brand. And I hope that you are getting some quality business over there. And on top of that, I would like to shout out Macbeth Farm Interior-scapes. If you guys are looking to spaz up your interior of your house or your business. Either way, you're looking to bring in some plants and really bring out the color in the room. I'll tell you where to go. You have to go to Macbeth Farm Interiorscapes and go and see George Macbeth. Tell him that DJ Storms sent you. Here's a word from your boy, the greatest man that ever lived, telling you why you should go and check out Macbeth Farm Interiorscapes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to share a little bit of information with you. As many people know, plants are extremely critical to any interior design. Matter of fact, research indicates that good interior landscaping is not only desirable, but it is a must-do green initiative to keep customers both happy and healthy. Now, at Macbeth Farm Interiorscapes, they believe that plants, they do more than just occupy a corner of a lobby. That is why they offer a full line of interior landscapes for both corporate and residential settings, from office plantscaping, living walls, moss walls, and even plant and orchid arrangement. Macbeth Farm is your go-to resource for all of your professional horticulture needs. You guys can contact Macbeth at 201-387-7997, or you can see all of their creations online at macbethfarm.com. That is MacBethFarm.com. Macbeth Farm Interiorscapes, a family-owned business providing distinctive interior plantscaping for businesses across New Jersey and the Philadelphia area. And anyone who is in the New Jersey and the Philadelphia area should definitely go and check out Macbeth Farm Interiorscapes. Thank you very much to George Macbeth and the entire team over there for sponsoring the DJ Storms brand and, of course, sponsoring Battle in the Borough. We may as well talk about Battle in the Borough for a little bit. Plenty, and I mean plenty of good matches going down in the Borough in Elmwood Park. It is the first major professional wrestling event in the Elmwood Park Rec Center in over 5 years, and we got one hell of a fucking card. Let's talk about this match right here. It is the now Vic Delicious and Hale Collins versus the Audacity, Micah and Seth Cortez. These two teams are no stranger to one another. They are two of the best tag teams up and down the East Coast, and the Now are looking for some revenge because the Now recently lost the tag team titles for Outlaw Pro Wrestling to the Audacity last year. It was last October that Hale Collins had to go at it alone in a handicap match because Vic was injured. Micah and Seth took advantage, and they ended up walking out the winners. Now the Now are looking for revenge. What's going to happen when we get the Audacity, former two-time Outlaw Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, versus former three-time and record-setting tag team champions, the Now? Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. You're going to have to get your tickets. Get your tickets right now. My Venmo and Cash App are currently in the description of this very stream. Go and donate to me there. You can also get your tickets out the door for $25 or call 201-507-2577. It is incredibly important that you do so. And then, of course, we got ourselves a big-time matchup that is rather personal, if you will. And I'm talking about this match right here. El Oso Blanco, the 7-foot-tall Meadowlands monster himself, El Oso Blanco. He is taking on his good friend, Mateo Marcelos. Mateo Marcelos, he says that Blanco casts a pretty big shadow when he stands 7 foot tall, and Mateo has said that he needs to win this match. He's looking to cement his legacy. Blanco, he's looking to knock Mateo down a few pegs. So if you guys are looking to see a highly personal battle here, you're going to want to get your tickets right now. And I do have an announcement. If you guys haven't been paying attention, we do have another big match going down in the form of one half of the Silk City Kings. Bulldog Pittman, he is taking on the Revolver, Alex Ryman. And these two individuals are no stranger to one another, but we do have an announcement regarding these two matches because Ryman, he is currently in the midst of preparing for his World Championship match against Bulldog Pittman. Excuse me, not Bulldog Pittman, against El Oso Blanco. If Ryman can beat Blanco at the Pro Wrestling Magic event in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. That's going to be on September 28th here in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. If Ryman wins, he will advance to Battle in the Borough to defend the Pro Wrestling Magic heavyweight title against Bulldog Pittman. But if Blanco wins, he's going to go to Battle in the Borough to fight Mateo Marcelos. Who do you think is going to go into Battle in the Borough as the Pro Wrestling Magic World Champion? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out, because Blanco and Ryman, they got themselves a match in Ridgefield Park going down on September 28th this month. Also, we got a big opportunity for the 21-year-old prodigy Marcus Mathers. Marcus Mathers, he is fighting Dr. Sleep himself, Anthony Gangone. Congratulations to Marcus Mathers on a very successful GCW Japan tour. He said he had a lot of fun on the tour, and I know for a fact that he's going to bring his A game here. Can the 21-year-old prodigy pull off a major victory in Elmwood Park? We're going to have to wait and find out, because he's got Dr. Sleep in his future. In addition to that, if you guys are into some quality women's action, I do have a big-time female match coming to you guys. And it consists of two stars who are indeed no strangers to one another. A female star by the name of Tiffany Avatar. She's taking on a rival of the year for her, Tiffany Grady. It is the Battle of the Tiffs going down on October 19th, 2024. Tiffany Grady and Tiffany Avatar, these two women are currently 1-1. This is I guess you could say, the rubber match. It's the rubber match to see which woman truthfully has the edge over the other. And not to mention that I had a great conversation with Ashley Stevie. She is the owner of Kaiju Pro Wrestling. And Kaiju Pro Wrestling and myself have come to an agreement. Tiffany Avatar is the current Kaiju Pro Wrestling Phoenix Division Champion. She will defend her title against Tiffany Grady at Battle in the Borough on Saturday, October 19th. Can Grady win the series, and can Grady become Phoenix Division Champion, or will the Cotton Candy Princess reign supreme? You're just going to have to wait and find out, and you're going to have to get your tickets for Battle in the Borough. And finally, the main event of the show, and it's a big one. The main event of the show, it is a first-time ever match. It is the timeless Crowbar, 30-plus year veteran, taking on the NWA's technical powerhouse, Spencer Slade, with his manager Savage in his corner for the Savage Heavyweight title. Who will become the first ever Savage Heavyweight Champion? You guys are going to have to get your tickets and tune in to Battle in the Borough on Saturday, October 19th, 2024, in order to find out. Now then, let us move on to match number 3 on the card. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. This was a strap match, a highly personal battle. This has been a highly personal rivalry that we are in the midst. Now, I was looking forward to this match the most for a couple of reasons. Number one, obviously, this has been probably the best thing on WWE TV across both Raw and SmackDown. But I wanted to see this match for one specific reason. It may be a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow here, but CM Punk has been a novelty act since he came back to the WWE. Now, obviously, most of that really isn't his fault. It has to do with the fact that he got injured, but he competed in one match, he got injured, he came back, and then he continued his feud with Drew McIntyre. The match at SummerSlam, even though it was very well produced, that match wasn't even a match. It was an angle disguised as a match. If you wanted a pro wrestling match on that show, you can go and watch Gunther and Damian Priest. That was the real pro wrestling match on the show. It wasn't CM Punk and McIntyre. I said that CM Punk and McIntyre needed to deliver, and CM Punk needed to prove that he still has it. This was a very important match. This is probably one of the most vital matches that CM Punk has ever had in this stage of his career. He needed to prove that he can still perform at a high level. We needed to get a banger of a match. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. In 2024, it is pro wrestling first. I don't give a fuck what you story whores have to say. I don't give a fuck about any of your character-driven mindsets. I don't give a fuck. Character and story and all this other shit rolled up, it doesn't fucking matter if the match itself doesn't deliver. If the match itself doesn't deliver, the entire buildup, all the character work, all of the story that is told will ultimately be for nothing. If the match doesn't deliver, then you have wasted 8, 9, 10 weeks of your life investing in this build. So the match itself needed to deliver. This match needed to deliver because if it didn't, then the last 8 months would have been a complete waste of time. And after what we saw, I am happy to say that the match absolutely delivered. It absolutely delivered. And I'm very, very happy that it did. And anyone who's a CM Punk fan should be happy that the match delivered. Because CM Punk, he needed it. He proved himself. He proved that he is not all that Jon Moxley said he was. Listen, he may have a fragile ego. That's never going to go away. Punk, he's a fucking asshole. Let's be honest here. He's a fucking asshole. He has a fragile ego. He's a piece of shit. But he needed to prove that he didn't have a fragile body. He needed to prove that he is not washed. And he did that. And I'm very, very happy to say that this match, probably, if you ask me, this was the match of the night. This was the match of the entire show. Punk and McIntyre absolutely delivered, and both men should be very, very proud of themselves for this match. It needed to deliver. It did deliver. And now we move on to the next chapter. But what is the next chapter going to be? Let's go over the match, and then we can talk about it. Drew McIntyre, right out of the gate, attacked CM Punk. Right out of the gate. We had a military press onto the announce table, ground and pound in the ring. Punk was whipped by Drew with the strap. And by the way, this was a strap match where you had to touch all 4 corners. It was not pinfall or submission. You had to touch all 4 corners. So Drew was just relishing in the punishment. CM Punk hit the GTS. Punk whipped Drew with the strap. Punk and Drew were on the announce table. We had a back body drop by Punk on the announce table. The table did not break. We had an I am the table moment. Punk then was whipped with the strap by Drew. He whipped him right in the back. Drew then got a chair. Hit CM Punk with a chair in the gut, and then body slammed Punk on the chair in the ring. Punk with a high knee and a bulldog. Punk was busted open. Punk brought out a table and set it up in the ring. Drew McIntyre, he hit the Claymore. Punk then threw Drew McIntyre headfirst into a chair propped up in the corner. Punk went to touch all 4 corners. Drew McIntyre caught him and delivered a back suplex over the top rope, through the table, on the floor, which was very well done. Back in the ring, Drew went to touch the corners, and he was carrying CM Punk. Punk touched the corners behind Drew McIntyre's back. Punk and Drew were trying to fight for it, but it ended up resetting. We had a hockey fight. Punk then, with a sharpshooter, Drew tapped, but it didn't matter. Punk went to touch all four corners, but Drew stopped him again. Drew McIntyre hit a neck breaker, and then he pulled out the bracelet, the friendship bracelet that he stole from CM Punk back in his hometown of Chicago in June. CM Punk saw the bracelet, and Drew McIntyre ended up catching a GTS by CM Punk, and everything reset. So Drew McIntyre was this close to winning the match, but CM Punk pulled him into a GTS. Punk then saw the bracelet, delivered a second GTS. Punk went to touch all four corners, but every single time he touched the corner, he took a break. He took a break because he wanted to inflict more punishment on Drew. So his momentum was not halted. CM Punk hit a third GTS. CM Punk then hit a fourth GTS, touched the third corner. Punk took the bracelet, touched the fourth corner, and CM Punk wins a great strap match. Probably the match of the night, right behind Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And CM Punk finally gets a victory in WWE, his first televised victory in WWE since his return. And CM Punk wins his first match in WWE in over 10 and a half years. And the best part about it is the fact that Drew was protected in defeat. This was not pinfall or submission. You had to touch all four corners. And this was a great way to protect Drew, thanks to the fact that we saw Punk just constantly hitting GTS after GTS after GTS after GTS. And he touched all four corners and he didn't pin Drew McIntyre. Excellent, excellent, excellent stuff. Great match from start to finish. And we got ourselves a series tied at 1-1. So now, where do we go? Where do we go? Well, CM Punk, he was talking about potentially challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. He was talking about challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship during the post-show. Now, that got my brain thinking a bit. CM Punk is CM Punk. He could take a loss, no problem. Punk can take a loss, no problem, and he'd be able to bounce back just fine. He's CM Punk. He's bulletproof. However, the thing is, if CM Punk is challenging Gunther, one has to assume that that is the match for Bad Blood. Unless we're going to see Punk and Gunther on Raw. I don't know. Potentially, we'll have to wait and see. But, if CM Punk is challenging Gunther, and I'm going based off of, okay, if that's the match for Bad Blood, then what happens regarding the Hell in a Cell concept? Because the whole reason why WWE brought back Bad Blood, it's because it's on the anniversary of the first ever Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels back in 1997. And if that's the case, one would assume that a Hell in a Cell match is going to be on the actual show. It would make sense that a Hell in a Cell match would be on the actual show. Why is it not? I don't know. Seems rather odd, if you ask me. Seems extremely odd, if you ask me. But now that we have ourselves Punk potentially challenging Gunther, then that would probably mean that they're going to hold off on Punk and McIntyre Part 3. They're going to extend it more. So if Punk is challenging Gunther, who's going to be inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood? Are they going to do Cody and Randy? Is that going to be Cody Rhodes' first match with Randy, this version of Cody, versus a newly turned heel Randy Orton? Is their first match in the feud going to be inside Hell in a Cell? Doesn't really seem all that logical, if you ask me. Doesn't really seem all that logical, if you ask me. But then I beg the question, if CM Punk doesn't challenge Gunther, then who is left to challenge Gunther? Because they seem to be building up a lot of people to potentially challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Who is left to challenge Gunther? CM Punk made his intentions clear on the post-show for Bash in Berlin. He wants the World Heavyweight title. If Punk and Gunther is the match at Bad Blood, then what's going to be the Hell in a Cell match? Because the whole reason why they brought back Bad Blood is because it's on the anniversary of the first ever Hell in a Cell match, Michaels and Undertaker. If it's not Punk and McIntyre that's going to take place at Bad Blood, is it going to be Cody and Orton? Is their first feud going to be a Hell in a Cell match? Now, granted, there really isn't anyone to challenge Gunther, unless you want to build up Sheamus or Ilya Dragunov. Maybe it is Ilya. But if it's Punk, the logical move was to have CM Punk get cost by Drew McIntyre, and then they maybe do the blow-off at Crown Jewel. But do you really want to do the blow-off in Saudi Arabia? Are you going to do the blow-off at Survivor Series? I don't know. It just seems very, very odd. A lot of questions regarding the world title scenes coming out of Bash in Berlin. Moving on here. Dylan, Cody versus Solo again inside Hell in a Cell. I fucking hope not. I hope not. We don't need that. We do not need that whatsoever. Solo is not the end. We already saw it at SummerSlam. Now, granted, Solo, he did fine. He didn't fuck up. He didn't botch. It was a serviceable main event. But that is not a SummerSlam match. That should have been Cody and Orton. Solo and Cody could have easily been at Bad Blood if you wanted it to be. But Solo would have had to have gotten a victory over Roman. Realistically speaking, Bad Blood is going to be the date for Solo versus Roman. Now, I would have done it at Bash in Berlin, to be quite honest. I would have made that show bigger. But it seems as though that's going to be the match at Bad Blood. I don't know. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. They took on Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest in a mixed tag team match. Mixed tag team action here at Bash in Berlin. And this was pretty fucking fun. This was pretty fucking fun, if you ask me. Now, if you guys were to look at me and tell me that this was your favorite match of the night, you know what? I would not look at you weird. Dylan, is Roman versus Solo going to be inside Hell in a Cell? I wouldn't mind that either. I would not mind that at all. Would not mind that one bit. And you know what? If that's the case, you know what? I will accept that. I will accept that, no problem. Roman and Solo inside Hell in a Cell, no problem. I will gladly accept that. But back to the mixed tag team match. If you were to tell me that this was your number one match of the night, I would not look at you weird. This was fucking great. Matter of fact, I'm going to go out and I'm going to say that this was probably the best mixed tag team match since Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon at WrestleMania 34. That was the last great mixed tag team match that I could remember. That was the last true, genuine mixed tag team match that I remember sticking out. And that was a pretty damn good fucking match, if you ask me. But this match, very fucking fun, and it served as a very nice appetizer for what we're going to get at Bad Blood. So, Rhea Ripley, right out of the gate, was hitting drop kicks on Liv Morgan. Dominic sent Priest into the steps, and now Damian Priest was isolated. Damian Priest came back with a broken arrow. He tagged in Rhea Ripley. She lit up Liv Morgan. Big lariat, drop kick connects, German suplex, and a running knee. Dom wanted a hug from Rhea. Rhea got her hands on Dom and hit him with a back suplex facebuster. Dom was saved by Liv. Liv Morgan with a backstabber, high knee in the corner, and a very nice crucifix driver. I appreciate Liv Morgan getting a little bit more innovative with her offense, especially with that crucifix driver. We had a rebound lariat by Damian Priest. I love that rebound lariat. Liv Morgan, she saved Dominic Mysterio from getting pinned. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio were then caught with double razor's edges. Priest saw the Judgment Day getting involved. Carlito was dropped by Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan then sent Rhea Ripley into the barricade. We had a sling blade by Balor, 619 by Dom, frog splash by Dominic Mysterio. I thought that this was going to be it. 1, 2, Damian Priest kicked out again. Tag to Liv Morgan, suicide dive on Rhea, Oblivion reversed. JD gets involved. Codebreaker by Liv Morgan. JD McDonough was sent over the table. Priest sent onto the announce table. Dominic then got clotheslined inside out on the table, which was a great looking spot. In the ring, Liv Morgan was caught with a headbutt and a riptide 1, 2, 3. And Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio lose, with Liv Morgan taking the pin. Very good match. Very good match. Right outcome. Wrong person got pinned. I understand that you're trying to play up to the fact that, hey, Liv Morgan can't beat Rhea Ripley on her own unless it's with Dominic Mysterio and all this shit. But at the end of the day, let's be honest here. Let's be honest. There should be no such thing as champions like that getting pinned. We don't need that shit. Champions should not get pinned. Champions should look strong. Now, the only negative to this entire ordeal, the only negative is the fact that it's more of the same. Even though we're getting good matches, even though we're getting decent TV on a weekly basis, in the end, we are getting another Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley have been feuding all year. When are we going to see some new faces? I understand it's part of the story, and there's nothing wrong with building a long-term story, but if you have champions involved, you need to give your champions a variety of challengers to actually make their title reign mean something. Like Cody Rhodes. You don't see Cody Rhodes feuding with Kevin Owens the entire fucking year. Cody Rhodes has had matches with AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa. He's going to have another match with Randy Orton. So why exactly is Liv Morgan only slated to feud with Rhea Ripley? It just doesn't really sit well. It seems very, very repetitive. The only other time that she defended the championship was against Zelina Vega. Now, that was a very good match. That match had no right to be as good as it was. And you know what? I'd love to see more fresh faces in the women's division gain opportunities like that. I would. But it just seems very repetitive that all they're going with is Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Everyone else, like I said earlier on in the stream, everyone else is involved in the women's tag team title scene. And it's quite frankly tiresome. Really is. I don't like it. Don't like it at all, and I don't understand how anyone could. Nevertheless, it was a very good match. Very good match, to say the least. Very much looking forward to seeing what else they come up with. And I'm not sure if Bad Blood's going to be the end. I'm not sure if Bad Blood's going to be the end. For all we know, it could be the end. Could be the end of Liv Morgan and her title reign. Maybe after Liv Morgan ends up losing the Women's Championship, maybe we move on to the Wyatt Six versus the Judgment Day. I don't know. Some people have been saying that that could be next because the Judgment Day turned their backs on Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. I don't know. Just throwing something out there. We have hit 1 hour and 10 minutes live on the air right now. We got 18 live viewers in the chat, and I do believe that we just hit 100 plus views on the YouTube stream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much to everyone who decided to come on in and spend your Sunday afternoons with me. By the way, I will be live tweeting for No Mercy, and I will be live tomorrow with the rewind for NXT No Mercy. Then I will be back on Thursday for the Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show. And of course, on Saturday is All Out. And then this coming Sunday, it is the rewind for AEW All Out. We are going to have ourselves a very, very, very fun time. I hope to see each and every single one of you there. Thank you. Thank you very much. And before we move on to our final match, the main event of Bash in Berlin, let's talk about our last two sponsors. I'd like to shout out Vito's Pizza and Restaurant here in Elmwood Park, New Jersey. They got some of the best pizza in the town of Elmwood Park. If you guys are in the area, go and check out Vito's Pizza and Restaurant. Here's a word from the greatest man alive and the greatest wrestling analyst on the planet, telling you why you should go and check out Vito's Pizza and Restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and I am here in front of Vito's Pizza and Restaurant here in Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Some of the best pizza in Bergen County. If you're hungry, hell, even if you're not, come and stop by Vito's Pizza. And of course, be sure to catch Battle in the Borough on Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Tickets, $25 at the door. DM me or call 201-507-2577. Thank you very much to Vito's Pizza and Restaurant for being an official sponsor of Battle in the Borough and, of course, an official sponsor of the DJ Storms brand. And last but not least, we would like to shout out Safa and the team of Toasted Bagels, Cafe, and Deli for being one of the first official sponsors for Battle in the Borough. And we would like to send out a special thank you to every single member of her team for being supporters of the DJ Storms brand. It was a pleasure to meet you all. And if you guys are in for some good coffee, some good deli food, and some quality bagels, go and check out Toasted. It is worth it. And I'm here to tell you why. And of course, you'll hear a couple words from Safa herself. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms. I am here with the owner of Toasted. Her name is Safa, and also her team.
Hi,
Safa, how are you today?
I'm good.
Let me ask you, how long have you been living in Elmwood Park right now?
I was born and raised in Elmwood Park, so basically 20 years.
That's amazing. And tell us a little bit about Toasted.
So we are a woman-owned business. We're also Middle Eastern-owned. We come from a Middle Eastern background. We also have our smoke shop right next door, Moonstar Smoke Shop. We just saw this opportunity. We wanted to fill the gap. So we have a lot of experience in the food industry, and we thought it would be an amazing opportunity to open something for the whole family. So we're very excited to bring this to the Elmwood Park community, and thank you guys so much for all your support.
And the Elmwood Park community thanks you. Ladies and gentlemen, Safa and the team of Toasted. I'm the one and only DJ Storms. Be sure to get your tickets right now for Battle in the Borough on October 19th, 2024. Thank you very much to Safa and the entire team over at Toasted. How you doing, Drew on the beat? How you doing, Drew on the beat? Greatly appreciate you. You are fantastic. And I'm glad that you came in because we're about to talk about the main event of Bash in Berlin. Drew on the beat, if you're looking for that t-shirt, I still have a t-shirt in stock. If you're looking for it, let me know. Got plenty of them in stock. If you also want a comb, you want a DJ Storms official switchblade comb, let me know as well. But nevertheless, let us talk about our final match on Bash in Berlin's card, as we got a solid 21 people in here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Drew on the beat, Dylan. Thank you very much to Matthew, Hoolagrim, and Margie M. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. The main event. The main event. Randy Orton and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I was looking forward to this one because I wanted to see what they would do. What they would do to top their match at King and Queen of the Ring. Was it better? Yes, it was. And it was better for a multitude of reasons. Number one, they definitely picked it up more towards the end. The first, 12 minutes or so, 12, 13 minutes was fucking boring. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. A lot of people want to go on and talk about old school material. Let me tell you something. A match like that would have fit better in the 80s. Match like that would fit better in the 80s. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, we are a different generation. If you're not going to pick shit up, if you're going to fight as if you're walking through quicksand, guess what? I'm going to tell you that your match is fucking boring. Nevertheless, they definitely picked it up towards the end, and we ended up getting a much better match than we got at King and Queen of the Ring, and we got a definitive win for Gunther. Gunther retains the World Heavyweight Championship, and Randy Orton was protected in defeat. So the crowd was hyped early on. We had some very nice chain wrestling. The crowd started doing the wave, which was fucking great. I have not seen a wave in a long, long time. I remember I was actually part of a wave at some point. I was part of the Mexican wave. on the Raw after SummerSlam in 2015. Pretty damn good fucking time. Really good fucking time. So the crowd was hyped up. Nice chain wrestling early on. Crowd started doing the wave. Gunther with a chop. Gunther with a nice chop. We then had a scenario where Gunther got sent into the steps and the right shoulder of Gunther was the target. So we had 4 back suplexes on the announce table. Gunther was worn down. We had a clothesline by Orton. Orton with a superplex to Gunther. Both men traded chops. Crowd was loud for it. We had a shotgun drop kick by Gunther and a diving splash. Orton kicked out. Crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Gunther couldn't hit the powerbomb. We had a clothesline by Gunther with the left arm. Powerbomb by Gunther. 1-2, Orton kicked out. Gunther went for one more powerbomb. RKO out of nowhere. 1-2, Gunther kicked out. Crowd was chanting, "Holy shit." Orton went for a German suplex on the announce table, but he didn't get it. Orton then moved the steps. Then he got a little creative. He climbed the steps. He moved both sections of the steel steps right next to the announce table, and he delivered a back suplex off of the steps through the German announce table to Gunther. The crowd was chanting, "Holy shit." In the ring, Orton went for the RKO, but Gunther locked in the sleeper. Gunther then wrestled Orton down. Gunther was then caught with a backpack stunner by Randy Orton, and Gunther broke the hold. But just like The Undertaker rising from the fucking dead, Gunther popped right back up, locked in the sleeper, wrapped the legs around Randy Orton, and Gunther made Orton pass out. Randy Orton passes out to the sleeper. Randy Orton is protected in defeat, and Randy Orton ultimately falls to Gunther. Gunther has a great first match as World Heavyweight Champion, much better than their first match. The crowd definitely played a part in it. The last 10 minutes or so definitely played a part in it. Randy Orton looked strong in defeat, and then afterwards, both men stood face to face with one another, shook hands afterwards. And that was that. Solid stuff. And above all else, Gunther continues to showcase to everyone why he is perhaps the best professional wrestler on the planet, maybe from a big man perspective, from a technical perspective, and from a powerhouse perspective. Not many powerhouses can pull off what Gunther can pull off. He's a throwback. He's a throwback, and he does a great job at everything. And now Gunther is in the midst of having one hell of a world heavyweight championship reign. That man is not losing that title until he peaks 500 days. And it is going to be a glorious thing to watch. It will be a glorious day when Gunther is standing atop the throne. We could very well be looking at Gunther potentially breaking Roman Reigns' record. No joke. We could be looking at Gunther breaking Roman Reigns' record. Imagine that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I got for you today. That has been the Rewind for Bash in Berlin. Thank you very much, every single one of you, for stopping on by. Nice, shorter stream today. We should have another stream going tomorrow with the Rewind for NXT No Mercy, and I hope to see all of you guys and gals there. Thank you very much for the time. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. And here's to a great Labor Day weekend. Do not forget to check out all the links in the description. Check out the Venmo and the Cash App, of course. Donate to me. Get your super chats in, your super stickers, your super thanks. Become a member of the channel. Get your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now for Battle in the Borough on Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share the stream out. Tell everyone about DJ Storms. Get your DJ Storms merch. And of course, set your notifications for later this week with the Rewind for NXT No Mercy, Savage Storm Wrestling Super Show, the Lightning Flash update coming this Saturday, and the Rewind for All Out coming on Sunday. Till next time, I am DJ Storms. This has been the Lightning Flash update. But before we get out of here, people, the question is up there in the air, and everyone must answer it. Let me take a sip of my ice water. Let me ask you, people, who runs the IWC? Matter of fact, that's a rhetorical question. I'll tell you who runs the IWC. Who but DJ motherfucking Storms. And don't you ever forget it.
Retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with